Hey there everybody, we are back at Crossroads Cottage here on beautiful Mackinac Island, and as promised in a previous YouTube video, we said that we would come back and dive in and tour through the beautiful, beautiful new barn, meet the horses and check out the incredible, beautiful structure there. And so that's what we're gonna do today. You guys are in for an amazing treat. Let's dive in. Last video we left off right about here, and as you can see, the beds and everything are in their pure summer glory. All the annuals and stuff like that are just completely, you know, full bloomed out. We're actually getting kind of close to shifting toward fall, so these annuals in a couple, 2-3 more weeks, they'll be, you know, really kind of spent. We'll start getting some cold nights, and a lot of the perennials and stuff are going to start showing that. So all this herbaceous perennial material is going to be cut back, the annuals get pulled out, and some of these beds will be planting in tulips and daffodils and stuff for a nice spring show, and really putting this whole property to bed in general. It's just a lot of chores, a lot of work there to do in that regard. But today we are going to look at the beautiful, beautiful Crossroads barn and carriage house. So above, typically in an old Mackinac barn, above would be storage, you know, hay storage and tack and things like that. This is a new barn. They've converted the upper portion of the barn to a guest house, and it's really beautiful. I mean, unbelievably gorgeous, beautiful. And we're gonna tour through that as well. Show you guys what that all looks like. It's incredible design work, incredible finish work, just amazing. While we're out here, we'll look at the two paddocks. We elected to go with a gravel paddock and a grass paddock. The gravel paddock is what the horses use most often. So they're let out into here. They can kind of come and go from their stalls whenever they want. And it's obviously very easy to clean and pick up the manure and stuff like that, and they don't trample and destroy any grass or anything like that. Over here, the grass paddock is really for temporary use. I am always getting on the owners about that because I'm trying to get a nice, beautiful show grass out here, but it's a challenge when the horses are out here beating it up so much. But anyway, so they're let out here for about 20 to 30 minutes at a time. They can have a nice snack, you know, prance and parade around and have some fun. It's also a great little place for the grandkids to ride and do some practice work and things like that. But we don't let the horses out here all the time because they would just eat and kick it all up and destroy it, and it would be pretty quickly kind of just muddy. So we'll let them out for about 20-30 minutes at a time, like I said, and then in the fall we're going to overseed all of this and really continue to thicken it up. It's a very young lawn. This is really the first year it's come in at all, but it'll thicken up and get stronger and stronger. This little area here is really the wash rack, where the horses can be hooked up and, you know, comfortably stand here, get washed and groomed and worked on and everything like that. And the owners do all of that themselves, and love it, love every bit of it, working on their beautiful, beautiful horses. And the design of this barn in general is just so awesome. I mean, everything from these custom doors that just, you know, are big and heavy, but just with the push of a finger, you know, roll open. So gorgeous. But the flow, the design of the barn in general works so well. Being able to drive a carriage right through and out and on, and, you know, and onto the road and parade around and have some fun on Mackinac, and be able to come right through the property, come on down through here. It's got just a really good working flow to be able to come in and out and everything like that, no matter which carriage they're working with or riding on that day. They've got a couple of carriages here now. This one's a nice comfortable 4-seater, and this one a really fun classic 2-wheeler there. These are really lightweight too, so it's very easy to pull these out, get a horse hooked up, and be on your way. They've got room there for a couple of carriages. There's plenty of room in here for a couple of more if they just moved them around and stuff as they were working. Let's say hello to the horses right now. We got Mac in here. This is Mac. He's a young guy. He was named Mac after Mackinac. And then Roxy is out here. She is Mac's sweet sister. She's a little bit older, always looking out for him. She's a sweet girl too. She's having a little snack, it looks like. Yes, I know all about it. I love this cool little feature too, this little antique ladder here mounted up there so that when they have a big huge pile of hay here, they can climb up and get bales off the top or stuff bales into the top and everything like that. It's pretty slick, smart little design. But this, it's a very much so a working barn, even though it's absolutely beautifully finished with all the beadboard work on the ceiling. And here's another one of the stalls. They put this rubber matting down on the stall floors, so it's really comfortable for the horses to stand on, to lay down on and everything, but also very easy to clean. And a lot of these old Mackinac barns are all finished, with beautiful woodwork and things like this. They didn't have to do it this way, but it's really cool that they went the extra mile and made sure to just really finish this barn out beautifully. The ceiling work took a lot of time, but it's so gorgeous having that all done with the beadboard pattern and stuff. Now, this gorgeous little door here leads us to the Carriage House apartment upstairs, which is gonna blow your minds. It's so beautiful. I'll show you the little entry foyer here, and then we'll go upstairs and tour you through how unbelievably beautiful that all is and everything up here. Starts off right here, right off the barn, with this really cool bathroom. And I love the wallpaper in here, this little shower, fun, deep, big utility sink. It's just awesome. Even the little tissue holder is super cool here. Guy pulled the tissue out of his nose. Also really love this bench right in the entry here, this bench. The back of the bench is this old antique barn door, which is super slick. This little sliding handle. Super gorgeous. Now let's go upstairs and check it out. So this is a real treat. Being able to come inside of one of these absolutely beautiful carriage houses on Mackinac Island is really special. So a huge thank you to the owners for letting us do this. But to show you guys through this is a new construction, a new barn here on Mackinac Island, and many of them have been finished. Upstairs of the barn, the old loft has been refinished into a guest house or guest quarters, and this one is no different. So this we're above the barn here, but you don't have any of the smell of the horses or the sound of the horses or anything like that. Very thick, well insulated floors, and all the beautiful modern finishes and everything up here. I love this kitchen. This island countertop is super cool, and these stools, kind of the old tractor saddles there, awesome. Really cool, beautiful hood here. And I just, of course, there's, equestrian details throughout the entire finish here, and a lot of horse art and Kentucky Derby stuff. The owners love the Derby. And this beautiful skylight reflects all this natural light down through here. It's just so cool, and all the beadboard work, classic Mackinac style beadboard work, you know, cutting all those bevels and miters and making that all fit and look so perfect like that is a lot. That's really hard to do. Super impressive. And I love this bathroom as well. The tile work's awesome. Super cool walk-in shower, and having the attention to detail to have the established in 2020 written on the floor in tile. I love that deep dark navy and white as opposed to black and white. You know, just that blue color is super stunning, cheerful, summery. This is another one of the guest bedrooms that looks out over the garden and over the horses and everything and over the whole property. Stunning little spot to sit here, especially in the evening when the sun is going down. It's a really, really just beautiful spot. Another feature that I really love about this little guest suite up here is that, you know, there really was no need for a full-size big refrigerator, and in this kitchen it would have stood out like a sore thumb and stuff. And so this real small little antique looking cabinet houses this beautiful little built-in refrigerator, and even the door, like, you know, is weighted and self-closes and stuff. And then down here is a nice big freezer ice maker there. Just super cool little features like that were well thought out, well designed, just absolutely gorgeous. Lots of nice natural light and everything up here. Pretty sweet little spot for your guests to stay when they come here on enjoy their Mackinac Island little vacation. All right, so on the back side of the barn here, this is a whole landscape that we just finished. This is the back driveway. It's a loop drive that allows you to come up and out of the property, go right into the barn with your carriage and everything like that. But this entryway here, that doorway goes into that guest apartment above the barn. And we have bike parking down here. And this staircase, this whole design of this whole thing was pretty unique in that originally the architects had a bigger staircase coming straight down off of the porch there, but in order to accommodate that tree would have had to been cut down. And it's a big, beautiful old sugar maple, and there was no interest in cutting that down, and I certainly was voting against that myself. So I designed this alternative concept with a landing and sweeping the staircase in stone off to the side here. My brother, Emery, as many of you know, is very, very talented. He's building a curved handrail. This curved railing out of mahogany will curve around through here to keep this much safer. But we kind of were able to pull off the accommodation of saving the tree and still having a really cool little staircase tucked into the landscape here, and a beautiful, beautiful porch. I love the way that these Japanese maples just glow. There's two of these big, beautiful old Japanese maples flanking the barn. So, you know, when you look at the barn from afar, from the road or something, they just really frame it out beautifully. But the color of those leaves against the barn color is just perfect. The ceiling being light blue like this is very cottagey, very much so a Mackinac tradition. And the reason that all of these ceilings are light blue is to actually trick the bugs and spiders and such into building webs and building nests and stuff like that up there, because they perceive it as the sky, and they think that birds and things like that are going to come down and get them and attack them. And even birds and stuff won't nest up in there. It keeps your ceiling and your porch much, much cleaner by painting the ceiling sky blue. Pretty clever. But the Victorians were doing it, and many of the beautiful cottages here on the island have these light blue ceilings, including the Grand Hotel. And not only is it beautiful, but it's also extremely functional in that way. Well, thank you guys so much for coming along on the ride here through the Crossroads barn and carriage house and everything. Was really looking forward to showing you guys through the remainder of this landscape and the beautiful, beautiful barn. Be sure to check in and subscribe, click that bell and everything like that so we can tour you through all kinds of super cool projects, beautiful landscapes here on the island, down in Florida, and everywhere in between. We've got a lot of really cool stuff going and a lot of really fun plans for some great videos coming your way soon. Cheers.